What's up, keepers, and welcome back to another episode of ARS Goalkeeping, the #1 free goalkeeping resource on the internet. Because of my recent finger break, I can go back and get some subscriber suggested videos done, starting with my style of warming up my goalkeepers for their big game. You may know that I work at a professional academy in Germany, the German International Soccer Academy, and this past summer we had a ton of games against some decent competition. At the time, I had our Korean goalkeeper Park out. He was a very good goalkeeper with great ups, lots of reaction times, very good on one-on-ones, and extremely good with his distribution, especially those long balls. But let's jump straight into it and see what we're going to do on a warm-up. Well, the first thing I want to tell all of you, even field players and goalkeepers, before the game starts, you need to be checking out the field. I would always tell my goalkeepers, step onto the field, feel how soft the grass is, see if it's long grass, see what your box looks like. You want to have a good idea, understand the turf that you're going to be playing on. So let's jump right into this warm-up. Remember, this is before a match, so we aren't trying to kill our keeper or try to do anything training-wise that's wild. We're doing anything that's game situation-like or anything that recreates a match-type moment. So we're looking at first, or what I like to look at first, is to get our keeper's muscles activated and their focus on the scenarios that may be happening in the match. And we're going to start with some medium-paced volleys to frame. Anything at this speed must be caught, alternating high and low with services being volleyed. And drop kick, having solid clean hands here is essential. What I want to make sure is that the keeper is dealing with different types of service, focusing in on the ball and making sure that they have clean, solid hands. I never want my keeper dropping easy holds in front of them, especially on the low ball services. I need to make sure that they're gobbling up that low ball and they're doing the correct technique, because you never want your keeper to give up an easy low ball service where they should have just come down and done a front smother and then give up an easy goal. And once I finish up a few repetitions of both high and low services, I focus on the activating muscles in a dive, starting the keeper out on his knees and repeating each side service 3 to 5 times before letting them get a quick breather. What I'm working on here is recreating a proper dive so that the keeper is comfortably making the movement and contortions without much pressure on them at that moment. In a sense, we're beating down the trail to make it an easy walk back down the path. When he does have to save the shot in a game situation and is focusing on all of those other factors, the muscle memory that we created during training should take over and fall back to what he is comfortable doing, which to create the save, which if I've done my job correctly, is a proper full extension and attack of the ball. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know I like to work from the ground up. So going up from the knees, our keeper then stands up and is made to do a full extension dive, covering his farthest angle on each side. Service must vary here as well to help keep the keeper reading different flight paths from different types of hits. Again, this isn't a full training session. If anything, look at this warm-up as a technical review of all the things you do in a match and in a keeper session. Once you finish up with your dives and stretches, I go into what I believe must be the longest part of your warm-up and most important, footwork with the ball at your feet. As the game has progressed, the goalkeeper has become another center back with the ability to use his hands. And because of that, keepers now get 20 to 30 plus pass backs a match, which means that you will most likely touch the ball with your feet more times than you would with your hands. And with this information, we go straight to work. Our keeper needs to be able to do with poor passes sent back and send them back out on a rope. So that's exactly what we're going to practice and what I like to focus on to end our session, our warm-up session. So when we're starting out on our footwork area, I like to start out with close-up passes. I like to work on that first touch control because you never know if there's a crazy situation where the ball gets passed back. If you can put that ball out wide with a clean pass, you're starting up a great counterattack. So we're working on that first touch. We're varying service with more bouncing, more speed, and worse angles to try to get the keeper to move around and get his hips around the ball. And notice that he's not always going to get the ball passed straight to his feet. He's got to move and make that pass. He's got to be proactive about what he's doing. And then I begin to move around the 18-yard box, forcing our keeper into taking a one touch and then servicing it wide, either switching up the right touch to the left foot pass or a left-footed pass to a right-footed touch, just as it comes necessary. You know that when the ball is getting swung around the field, sometimes the keeper is going to have to kick with his weak side. and I can't begin to explain how many issues can be solved with decent distribution out of the back. It forces the other team on the defensive and at times can create goal scoring opportunities in less than 3 passes. So yeah, that's my warm-up routine that I run with my keepers. I hope you did like the video. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Follow Overdo Soccer on Instagram for some information on giveaways, and thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys again very soon.